Hello everyone, Mordred Viking here. In this video we will tell you how to get the most out of the darkest timeline bundle and some of the surprises that await you in the dark of space. The darkest timeline bundle is available until the 1st of November on Steam. The darkest timeline bundle includes Stellaris, Necroid species pack, Apocalypse, and Nemesis. And I'm going to have to talk in a normal voice because, wow, that ruins my throat. Our first recommended build uses the Necrophage origin from the Necroid species pack. This origin starts you as a species that procreates by consuming pops of other species. A unique building, the Chamber of Elevation, will hold an elevation ceremony every 10 years, which will result in converting all the pops working mortal initiate jobs into your Necrophage species. Additionally, your guaranteed worlds will be a species that haven't developed faster than light travel, ripe for the picking. However, only your main species will be able to work the specialist and ruler jobs. Additionally, your guaranteed worlds will be species that haven't yet developed faster than light travel, and thus they are ripe for the picking. However, only your main species will be able to work the specialist and ruler jobs. We recommend taking Necrophage with Materialist, Xenophobe, and Militarist. Additionally, choosing the Parliamentary Civic for added unity output from factions, and then the Technocracy Civic for supercharging your science output. Technocracy will increase the odds of rolling techs that are of your science leader's speciality. Don't know what techs are rolled by what traits? Check out the link in the top right to Toranar's handy tech tree, which tells you which leader traits increase the odds of rolling specific tech. For traits on your main species, choose Intelligent and Natural Engineers for that sweet research boost, as well as Charismatic for extra amenities. You can choose whichever negative traits you want here, but we recommend Decadent because you will always have the non-main species pops, and Unruly because your main species will generally be outnumbered by the other species pops in your empire. For traits on your secondary pre-patent species, we chose Rapid Breeders because we want a lot of them. You'll be growing the species rather than the main species you just designed after all, as well as Adaptive so they can live in more places, and Ingenious since they'll only be doing worker jobs. Round out the species with the Unruly trait, as well as the Repugnant trait. When you start the game, your first objective is to find your guaranteed worlds, build some armies, and invade them. You'll want to manually resettle a few of your main species pops there, as well as a pop of your pre-patent species. Grow the pre-patent species over the pre-FTL pops that live on these planets. Use the larger planet for industry and the smaller planet for raw resources such as minerals and energy. And do the research on your homeworld. Another build that really shines in the darkest timeline bundle is the Post-apocalyptic origin. This uses Memorialists to harness your starting tomb worlds to produce bonus unity. The addition of the Reanimator Civic makes your planets harder to capture with reanimated armies, as well as giving a chance to create an undead army from an invading army each time an invading army is destroyed. For ethics, we used Spiritualist for the extra unity production, Xenophobe for the extra pop growth, and Egalitarian for the plus 25% unity from factions. Using the Oligarchic Authority increases unity from factions by an additional 15%. For species traits, we used Intelligence for the additional research, Tradition for even more unity, as well as Conservationists to offset some of the consumer goods from the Memorialists. As for negative traits, Fleeting is a free pick here, since Post-apocalyptic gives 10 years of leader lifespan. Your other negative trait is up to you and how you want to play. As the game starts, you'll want to use your homeworld primarily as a research and unity world. At the start, build science ships and explore the galaxy to try and find more tomb worlds. If you can't find any tomb worlds, never fear. With your unity focus, you'll quickly be able to choose to become the Crisis Ascension perk from Nemesis as your third Ascension perk. Once you reach Crisis level 3, you'll unlock Armageddon Bombardment. Be sure to set this to your fleets, because every time your orbital bombardment kills the last pop on a planet, it will convert into a tomb world. Use this knowledge wisely, Survivor. Our last build for the darkest timeline uses the Barbaric Despoiler Civic from Apocalypse. Barbaric Despoilers gives the raiding bombardment stance, which will allow you to abduct pops from planets your fleets are bombarding. We also included the Death Cult Civic from Necroids, which allows you to sacrifice pops for empire-wide bonuses that scale based on the percentage of your population that you sacrifice. I can already see the snowball dawning in your eyes. For ethics in this empire, we chose Spiritualist and Militarist, but Barbaric Despoilers gives you the option to choose Authoritarian or Xenophobe, depending on which playstyle you want. We also chose the Imperial Authority, Since this is a militaristic build, the extra influence from the power projection of your fleets will be valuable. For your origin, you can choose either life-seeded and start on a size 30 Gaia world, so all of those pops you abduct will have a paradise to toil in the mines, or choose prosperous unification for the extra pops at the start of the game. Having more pops than everyone else at the start is a huge power boost. For species traits, you can really pick what you want here, but intelligence and rapid breeders are solid choices. If you chose the life-seeded origin, non-adaptive is a free 2-point pick here, since your species will have the Gaia world preference and struggle to live on other worlds anyway. We could talk all day about builds, but there is so much more to do in the darkest timeline. Out in the galaxy, you will find Marauder empires from Apocalypse. These Marauders are nomadic and militaristic societies that have eschewed planetary dwelling in favor of living on ships and stations, subsisting largely on raiding each other and extorting tribute from settled empires. These Marauders will occasionally raid other empires they have contact with, but they can be bought off by paying tribute. You can also pay these Marauder empires to raid your rivals anonymously, or hire an admiral or general to fight for you as a mercenary. After the mid-game year, you will receive a communication that the Marauders have a fleet for hire. You can pay an upfront cost of energy and hire the Marauder fleet and control it for 5 years, which will offer a nice fleet power boost for those of us who get caught up in ill-conceived wars. So beware. These marauding clans have a chance to unite under a single, powerful ruler. If this Great Khan emerges, it will give empires the option of becoming a subject of the Great Khan. If you've got a big fleet, don't take the knee. But if you're caught unprepared, there's no shame in bending the knee. Otherwise, the Khan may press the issue by force. And the Khan is rarely caught unprepared. While we're on the subject of apocalypse, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the Colossus, a weapon of mass destruction capable of destroying an entire planet. In order to build a Colossus, you will need to choose the Colossus Project Ascension perk, which in turn requires the technology to build Titans, as well as have 3 other Ascension perks unlocked. This will give you a special project that you'll need to research in order to build a Colossus. During this project, you'll be asked what type of Colossus weapon you wish to use. There are several options, from the fairly self-explanatory World Cracker to the Global Pacifier, which encases the planet in an impenetrable shield. The available options will change based on your empire's ethics and civics. Once the special project is complete, you will be able to build a colossal assembly yard in any citadel you own and begin construction of the weapon. Once completed, you will be able to declare a total war. That is, a war that does not require claims. Instead, you'll immediately own any planets you invade. You may fire when ready! The darkest timeline doesn't stop at your empire or cracking planets, however. It extends to the galactic community as well. Nemesis gives you the ability to form a galactic council within the galactic community. This council has more power than the regular empires in the galactic community, power that can be exploited. Once the crisis threatens a galaxy, be it the Great Khan or an endgame crisis or a crisis of your own manufacture, you can nominate yourself as the Galactic Custodian for the duration of the crisis. The Galactic Custodian can propose special custodian reforms and form galactic institutions to help the galactic community to fight back against a real crisis, real or manufactured. The Galactic Custodian has a term limit of 30 years. However, if the crisis has no end in sight, you may be able to convince the galactic community to remove this term limit for the promises you will lay down your powers when the crisis has ended. If you do convince the galactic community to remove your term limit, a new custodian reform will appear, allowing you to proclaim the Galactic Imperium. Proclaiming a Galactic Imperium will break the galactic community's members' federations. Your empire will be renamed the Imperial Core, and any established institutions will be renamed their imperial forms. Additional institutions may only be proposed by you, the Galactic Emperor. Be careful, however, because rebellion is insidious. And should you anger too many of the Imperium members, they may choose to undermine your imperial authority. If this rebellion is allowed to fester, it may result in open rebellion where the Imperium is split in two, with the Imperial supporters on one side and rebels on the other. Thanks for watching how to get the most out of the Darkest Timeline bundle. Remember, it is available until the 1st of November.